30 seconds past the hour. 30 seconds to live.
This is
That's right.
Online Tonight.
Microphone check. 30 seconds. Can you believe it?
Mic check, mic check.
Online Tonight is live and on the air at 1-800-39-ONLINE, 1-800-396-6546.
Online Tonight.
So you will listen to every damn word I have to say!
And now, from the craziest city on the planet, this is Online Tonight, on the air toll-free at 1-800-39-ONLINE, 1-800-396-6546. And now, the host of Online Tonight, Max.
Have you ever had like a really itchy back? Oh, look, the lights are wrong. Let's fix that. There we go. Hey, welcome to Online Tonight on this wonderful Tuesday. It's Veterans Day. I am Max. This is Online Tonight, episode number 2089, where we talk about the latest in tech, pop culture, and more. And more for me includes pretty much anything except for politics. Lots of great people handle that very well. So I like to talk about food, theme parks, video games, movies. Coming up this hour, of course, we have our Geek Speak, our Bookmark This, a Google settlement, a new way to take notes, and our review of The Running Man 2025. We weren't able to do the show over the weekend. Sorry, we missed you. But because we moved it to Tuesday, we can now talk to you about The Running Man, which will be in theaters this Friday. More importantly, I want to make your life easier when it comes to technology. I love answering your questions. That's really what Online Tonight is all about. We started off as the help desk, and then we became Online Tonight and taking your calls, emails, and your questions to help you make technology friendly, fun, and useful instead of a frustration. Wait, friendly, fun, and I almost had alliteration, but I blew it. Thank you very much for the beverage. That's the goal, is to not be frustrated by the things that are supposed to help us out, right? So give us a call using our Broadcast Bionics Caller One system, using our toll-free telephone number, 951-395-1017. No, 800-39-ONLINE, toll-free, 1-800-396-6546. I got distracted because she walked in. I like this method the best because I have questions. I always have follow-up questions, and that way we can have a conversation. 1-800-39-ONLINE is the toll-free telephone number. I did accidentally give you the wrong number for the call-in, but you can use
distracting you.
that other number, 951-395-1017, to leave a text or a voicemail. Data rates may apply. Leaving a voicemail is your authorization to broadcast your likeness. Again, the text voicemail number, 951-395-1017. And, of course, you can email me, show@onlinetonight.com, SHOW@onlinetonight.com. Victoria is producing the show. She's answering your calls, checking for your messages on all the different platforms. This portion of the show is brought to you by Paramount Plus. In case you aren't aware, it's football season now with Paramount Plus. You can live stream all NFL games that are airing on your local CBS station. Find out all Paramount Plus has to offer by going to our website, onlinetonight.com/stream. That's onlinetonight.com/stream. And a little later, I'll tell you about our T-shirts for our visual viewers that are watching on the live stream or the pre-recorded on the YouTubes or the Twitch. We have we signed that partnership, and the shirts are probably on there already, but I'll give you all that information later. I do want to talk a little bit about Google and some legal issues that they seem to be resolving. Epic Games and Google have agreed to settle their long-running antitrust lawsuit over the Google Play Store. The settlement, which a judge apparently has to approve, right? That's kind of how the law works, could make Epic's U.S. victory global and permanent, like non-changeable. Google will reduce its standard service fee from 20% to 9% for Epic. So this is not for all the developers. This is just for Epic. And the fee, okay, instead of taking 30%, Google is going to be taking 20 or 9. And it really depends on what type of app it is or what type of game it is, how it's installed. So there's some micro terms, that are very specific. Obviously, Epic and Google worked it out, and Epic said, okay, that's fine with us. That's great. A new Android program will allow registered app stores to integrate directly with Android, making them easier for users to install. The new rules and lower fees will apply worldwide starting in June. The judge has to approve it. And then the terms of this percentage and this agreement are going to go through June of 2032. So it's like a 6-year deal, because I'm expecting that Google probably won't turn it all on this year, so it's going to be next year. Judge is going to approve it. Google's going to make the changes. It's going to then go where it needs to go. Google will no longer offer exclusivity deals with phone makers or developers to favor Google Play as part of this arrangement. The update aims to remove scare screens and streamline installation of third-party app stores. What is the scare screen, in case you don't know what that is, just very quickly? This app is coming from a third party or from a store outside of Google Play's. It may not be safe. That's called a scare screen. A little bit of AI news when it comes to Chrome, another Google product. Chrome's new AI mode is now easier to access on iOS and Android devices. The new AI mode button appears under the search bar in the new tab page. Users can ask complex, multi-part questions and explore topics with follow-ups and related links. The feature is currently available in the United States and will expand to over 160 additional countries sometime soon. And the new languages that will be supported by this, by the way, is Hindi, Indonesian, Japanese, Korean, Portuguese, and more. How would you say Japanese? That would be Nihongo ga wakarimasu ka? Does that mean do you understand Japanese? I don't know. I know like 4 things, and I think they're all wrong. A shortcut will be available across desktop and mobile. Very quickly, line lane guidance is coming to Android Auto, A-U-T-O, like cars. Google Maps on Android Automotive introduces a new AI-powered live lane guidance. Doesn't it have to tap into like your car's camera? What if you're driving a 65 Mustang? Apparently, I answered my own question. It's only available on the Polestar 4 in the United States and Sweden, and it won't be available until probably the beginning of the year, January or February. Google plans to expand it to more vehicles and road types in collaborations with automakers, because they got to tap into the system, the radar system, the camera system, so that they can then look at the image and say, oh, you're changing lanes. We have truckers with a T that we pass at night, and they're always encroaching in my lane. It freaks me out. I hate being sandwiched between 2 big rigs. I'm going to use the word big rigs, just in case the AM audience thinks I'm saying a bad word. The AI integrates with data on Google Maps and gives precise audio and visual cues for lane changes and exits. On-screen blue lights show which lanes drivers should be in. Oh, that might be helpful when you have one of these multi-lane inter-exchanges between the freeways. And, sometimes 2 lanes go this way, and one of them goes northbound, one of them goes southbound, and you're in the wrong one. You have to move over real fast because the map navigation wasn't as precise as you would like. Google is also testing a new Gemini feature that prevents it from cutting users off mid-sentence. So if you're talking to it, it will keep listening, apparently. The update adds a mic option that lets that keeps listening while the user might have some long pauses, like that last little bit. So the microphone will.
My Siri needs that.
So I had that today when I was trying to do something. I'm like, hey, I am not done talking yet. But I think I was taking a drink or eating something in the middle of it. And so it's just like, okay, I'll process your request. I hadn't even given you the whole request yet. The feature is being tested in version 16.42.61 of the Google app, according to Android Authority. It addresses a long-standing issue where Gemini would process incomplete questions after these brief pauses, so it wouldn't get all the details of what you want. It would just say, oh, you must be done, and I will move along. Gemini already offers continuous conversations in the separate Gemini Live overlay, but this would bring the conversation and the convenience into the main application. Google is also experimenting with new UI elements related to Gemini overlay, though it's unclear if and when they will launch those. There's been no release date on this mic update. Do you find yourself getting stuck in the middle of a question and it just running off on its own? Let me know. It's Online Tonight. Stay tuned.
If you're an author interested in turning your works into audiobooks, Narrate Your Own Book is for you. Since 2005, David H. Lawrence XVII has taught 3,000 students the ins and outs of voiceover work, including narration of audiobooks. As an author, your curriculum includes more than the performance and recording aspects of narration. You also learn how to prepare your manuscript to become an audiobook and market it once it's finished. Visit narrateyourownbook.com for more information and a sample class. narrateyourownbook.com.
We call ourselves ASAP Travel for one reason. We can help you book a ticket ASAP. For those of you that don't know, that means as soon as possible. That means no wait time. You get through right away. No searching online. Our specialty is the lowest available fares on the big name airlines. You know them. We can't tell you their names. You can fly domestically or internationally and save more money than you could if you call the airlines directly. Our proprietary software goes underneath the hood of the major airline booking systems and finds you the best rates available. So if you're ready to make your travel plans right now, business or vacation travel, we have all the major airlines, always at great rates. Call ASAP Trips and we'll have your ticket in your inbox in 15 minutes. Call this number now.
800-515-4035. 800-515-4035. 800-515-4035. That's 800-515-4035.
There's no better way to bond with your cats than with a special treat. Lick and Lap by Vitacraft is a healthy 5-pack saucy tureen snack full of a creamy paste that your cats are going to love. Free from artificial colors, flavors, and preservatives, it's the perfect snack between meals. Lick and Lap is available at Walmart, your local pet stores, and, of course, on their website at vitacraft.us.
Hi, we're the Goo Goo Dolls. We're fortunate that we can give our daughters everything they need to grow and learn. But not every child can focus on classes and play dates.
Nearly 13 million kids in the U.S. face hunger. That's 1 in 6. School lunch might be their only meal each day, and it's heartbreaking to imagine any child going to bed hungry. We're dreaming of a perfect day when kids can smile, play, and just be kids without worrying about where their next meal will come from. Feeding America is working to make that perfect day a reality.
Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste. That food is given to families and children in need. Being a kid should be about doing things that make an ordinary day extraordinary. Learning to play an instrument, building a sandcastle, hosting tea parties. Hunger should never be an obstacle to growing up.
You can help end childhood hunger in your community by visiting feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 in the morning, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Online tonight.
Geek Speak. Geek Speak.
Alrighty, this hour's Geek Speak, where we take a tech term and turn it into plain English right before your very eyes and ears, is hard drive. Hard drive. And we'll give you all the details on that in just a second. This portion of the show is powered by Anchor. I'm so excited that Anchor has launched their new Nano wireless car charger. What makes it cool is that it holds your phone magnetically, securely, and features a QI2 certified 15-watt wireless charging pad right on there. And you can take that charging pad with you. So if you need to go into a hotel or you're going into a business meeting or whatever, and you can take that part with you. But then it combines in with the mount, which has a 360-degree rotation and a 45-degree tilt so that you can see your device safely while you're driving. Really, the only thing you should be doing is probably looking at navigation. Don't be reading your texts, your emails, watching a video. Even myself, don't watch the YouTube video at youtube.com/@OnlineTonightTV. Don't watch that while you're driving. I want you to be safe. But you can check out all of the great Anchor products using our website, onlinetonight.com/anchor, onlinetonight.com/ANKER. Now, hard drive. A hard drive is a data storage device. It stores most everything except for what you're working on at that exact moment on your computer, which is stored in RAM. So RAM is where your document lives while you're fixing it. And a hard drive is where your data lives when you're done with it, or you want to save it before you shut your machine down. So that's where it's going to live. Then it gets loaded into RAM so that you can work on it or read it and stuff like that. So these hard drives are mounted usually internally to your motherboard, whether it's a laptop or a desktop or whatever. And they're called internal hard drives. There are external hard drives, but that requires an external enclosure, and you can use that for backups. Maybe if you're on a Mac, you use Time Machine. If you're on Windows, you use either the built-in one or you get a third party. Hard drives store data, just like computers want them to, using binary code, but it is magnetically written on a spinning platter, a disk. It looks like a bunch of little CDs stacked together, and these little heads move across them to read the ones and zeros or to change the magnetic state of that portion of the platter to then change it to a 1 or 0. So that's how they remember, basically, or retain the information when all the power's gone. Now, we're going to talk about solid state next hour, but hard drives have some technical drawbacks. First, they're moving parts. They spin around. So if you bump them or they fall, the head can hit the platter and damage it, scratch it, and then all your 1s and 0s are gone. They also read quite a bit slower than an SSD, but hard drives are usually available in much larger capacities, which is why they are used in servers, data centers. You can combine them to make multi-terabyte RAIDs and all that stuff. Hard drive SSDs are kind of catching up in size, but not at a cost benefit. You can get a 16 terabyte spinning hard drive, and I don't think you can get a 16 terabyte SSD yet. And if they were, one would be $300 and one would be $2,000. So we'll talk a little bit more about the differences later, but that is this hour's Geek Speak hard drive. Hard drive.
357 Magnum, the original point-and-click interface. This is Online Tonight. Now, here's Max.
All right, the phone lines are open. Call our Broadcast Bionics Caller 1 system using our toll-free telephone number. I'm going to get it right this time. 1-800-39-ONLINE, 1-800-396-6546. And don't forget, you can follow me on X and Instagram at Max Smart Radio, at Max Smart Radio. You can see more of the T-shirts, and you might see some food from an upcoming food event in the next week or so. So that'll be a lot of fun. Miss Victoria.
We have a listener question. This is a text from someone called Google Nester in Minneapolis.
Mm-hmm.
Google no longer supports the old Nest thermostats I have. They seem to be working fine. So do I really need to replace them?
It's a good question. And the answer to that question is it depends on how you use it. If you are an old schooler, meaning you go up to the thermostat and you turn the dial, or you set up a little the schedule in the thermostat itself, then it's going to continue to work. It's just it becomes like a traditional, not smart device. What makes something smart? Well, you can control it from your phone while you're out of state or at a neighbor's house and you want to cool the house down before you get there. You can change the schedules. You can control more than one thermostat at a time from your tablet, your phone, or whatever. You can log into a website and make those changes. That's what makes a thermostat smart. It also can report back, like how often it came, how much energy it used, what the average temperature was during the day. But the thermostat itself is not smart. It has physical wires that attach to your AC or your heating system. And when you turn the dial, it just says, oh, you want a manual override, and I will send the signal to the appliance to make the temperature what you want. That still works. But if you rely on the smart features, you are basically out of luck. Because Google has announced that the Nest Learning thermostats, all of the servers, all the cloud information, all the apps, those have all stopped working. And this affects the 2011 Gen 1, 2012 Gen 2, and the second gen that was in Europe in 2014. So as of last month, those devices can no longer be controlled using any of the Google Cloud or smart technology. Again, you can still use them as a manual product, but you're not going to get those smart features. And this is one of the challenges that some people deal with when they get a smart device. Because you're using a cloud-based service from a company and it's not using standards like Matter or Thread or Z whatever, or all the kind of smart home standard technologies. So you can't just move this over to Home Assistant. And even if you were technically inclined and you know about Home Assistant, which can even run on a Raspberry Pi, they don't take a lot of processing power. The Nest thermostats of those generations aren't even currently supported. There's a bounty out there for it, meaning that somebody is going to hopefully figure out a way to incorporate these thermostats into Home Assistant. But even if you had Home Assistant, you would have to be technical enough to get it all figured out. It's not the same as just using the Google app and clicking a couple buttons with a nice interface. There's a lot of programming required to make that happen. So you can continue using it in manual mode, but all the smart features are gone. Google Nester. If you want to drop me a note like Google Nester did, the text is 951-395-1017, or you can email show@onlinetonight.com. Stay tuned.
Looking for a one-of-a-kind gift or to complete your own collection? Sumerian Collection offers a wide variety of vintage goods with new items added weekly. Books, collectibles, clothing items, jewelry, gadgets, and gizmos galore. Many items are from the 1960s, 70s, and 80s, but exclusive finds from earlier time periods become available as well. Rare vintage items include dolls from around the world and foreign language books. Online shopping at Sumerian Collection is a breeze, with Etsy's secure payment processing and shipping to U.S. locations included free with every purchase. Visit SumerianCollection.etsy.com to see what's new in vintage this week. SAMERIAN Collection.ETSY.com. SAMERIAN Collection.ETSY.com. Sumerian Collection.
If you turned 65 recently like me, it's important you find a Medicare Advantage plan that gives you the coverage you're looking for. But finding one can be difficult. The best thing I did, and I suggest you do the same, is call a licensed insurance agent and let them walk you through your Medicare Advantage plan options. There are so many benefits you have access to, so make the call now and let the representatives explain everything to you. Our licensed insurance agents can offer you a variety of Medicare Advantage plans. Plus, the call is free, the information is free, and there's no obligation to enroll. We're here to make it easy for you to select a Medicare Advantage plan that may work for your needs. Finding a Medicare Advantage plan can be easy if you do what I did. Make a quick call right now to learn more. Thank you.
800-439-7851. 800-439-7851. 800-439-7851. That's 800-439-7851.
Wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind. Like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest. Uh-oh. Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't come with a remote control. Yikes! So you're on your own with the wasps. You have the power to take control of prediabetes. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
What I know about courage, I learned from my adoptive mom. She said sometimes you just gotta hold on and know we'll get through this. Mom, we are so high up. Hold my hand.
No, you hold my hand.
Here we go.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more.
I learned patience from my adoptive dad. All he had to say was,
"Hey, you got this. Just breathe." Hey, we're pretty good.
Yeah.
Might have to start a band.
I got it.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Most people out here think that taking care of one another is important. And most people would step up for a neighbor going through a tough time. Most people around here help out friends and family when they need it. But the funny thing is, most of us won't look for help when we need it. If you're struggling with mental health, you should know that there are resources out there that can help. And it's okay to talk about it if you need to. One place to get started with information is loveyourmindtoday.org. Loveyourmindtoday.org offers a range of guides, instructions, and insights for dealing with difficult situations or getting through a tough time. If you're struggling with mental health, get the help you need, because most people out here really care. Visit loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
We're on the air live tonight. 1-800-39-ONLINE. 1-800-396-6546 is the number.
Online tonight.
Well, I have to say, I've heard of you, but I'm not too familiar with your show.
This should give you a good idea of what we can bring to your station.
All right, this is Online Tonight. My name is Max, and the Broadcast Bionic Caller One system is on, and you can use our toll-free telephone number to give it a ring. 1-800-39-ONLINE, 1-800-396-6546. You can also reach us via email or text voicemail. The email address, show@onlinetonight.com, SHOW at onlinetonight.com. And the text voicemail number, 951-395-1017. We talk all the time about going to the GoV booth at CES, and I just had to mention that the product that I think is really cool right now, I still haven't pulled the trigger yet on getting it, but I might have someone to make it for me. That's why I was hesitant. I'm not really super great at making. I mean, I can 3D print stuff, but bending lights and I had to have someone install the lights here. I know how to program them, but that's a different thing. Anyway, the GoV Neon Rope Light 2 looks like a neon sign, and I want to have my logo made. And it's an incredibly shapeable, neon-looking light tube, and it comes in two sizes, the 10-foot and the 16.4 foot. And you can learn all about GoV's products, including the Neon Rope Light 2, by visiting our website, onlinetonight.com/GoV, onlinetonight.com/GOVEE. Now our movie review.
From Hollywood.
One very important thing, mate. I'm Captain Jack Sparrow.
Blockbusters, tearjerkers, family fare.
Everything is awesome.
What's worth seeing in the theater, and what should you just watch at home?
Are you a good witch or a bad witch?
Here are your hosts.
I'm Max.
I'm Victoria.
And we want to share with you our thoughts on The Running Man, the 2025 version, rated R, in theaters this Friday, November 14th. We got a special invite from the nice people over at Paramount. We even went to the Paramount lot and kind of hung out. We're by the fountain and got to see one or two celebrities while they were going in and out of their makeup trailer, which was parked in a very strange place because people were they invited a bunch of people over to watch a movie, and then part of the parking lot was used up to have this production, which is great. I love that they're making productions. Tell us a little bit, Miss Victoria, about who is in it. And this is based on something that you might have seen in the past.
Yes. This is based on a novel by Stephen King, which he wrote under a pseudonym. And they made a movie of it in, was it 87?
Mid-'80s. Let's just say mid-'80s.
Yeah, with Arnold Schwarzenegger in the lead role.
Take my hand!
I know that
Not-
I saw
not the
it,
right
but
movie.
I can't remember it. I haven't seen it since.
You remember the jumpsuit.
I remember he was wearing a jumpsuit. That was it.
Mm-hmm.
And everything seemed kind of shiny and futuristic.
We'll have to go back and watch it.
Yeah. So this one, Glenn Powell, who is all the rage now, he's very popular.
You think he's attractive?
Sometimes I do.
Okay.
I liked him in that movie with Sydney Sweeney. I thought he was good in that. So I like him in a more rom-com-ish kind of setting, I guess. But he was good in this. He plays Ben Richards, a man who has difficulty keeping a job because he gets a little angry.
Well, he saves people. He's
But
almost
yeah,
like a hero.
he's a good person, and he sticks up for other people. And then when it doesn't work out for him, he gets fired, and then he gets angry, and so he's not the type to grovel for his job back. But he needs his job because his kid is sick, his wife works at a club, and they don't have enough money to get the baby the medicine that she needs. And by the way, we're in a dystopian future.
Yes,
in America.
We have two very distinct class types. We don't have many financial classes. We just have the elites and we have the downtrodden. We don't have middle class, higher middle class, upper middle class, billionaires, millionaires. We don't have those. We just have they have it, and we have those who don't have it.
Right.
And so when his character goes to figure out, like, I tried to get my job back, they said no, I'm actually blacklisted. I can't get hired anywhere in this district, anywhere in this area. The only way that I can think to make money is to go on these game shows, because they have a lot of these game shows. People always get hurt on these game shows, but there are opportunities to make money. But the biggest one coming up is called the Running Man competition. And if you can not get killed by the cops within 30 days, you will win $1 billion. And he goes...
New dollars.
New dollars, right. As opposed to, I guess, I don't know, recycled dollars. And what's really great is there's an homage to Arnold Schwarzenegger, because he is actually the face on the new dollars, which is hilarious. People laughed when they saw that. So that's one kind of cameo giveaway thing that we'll wreck for you. But there's a lot of kind of homages to the original movie, from what I gathered. And so he goes to just go on one of the other game shows, not the one where you are guaranteed basically to die. Because he's pretty athletic. You know, he's worked construction and oil rigging, and he's pretty strong. And so then he goes to try out. And what I thought was really interesting, I'm not sure if Miss Victoria caught it or not, but he walks up to this giant gate that is heavily guarded, and he says, I'm here to audition for one of the game shows. And they let him through, but as he goes through, they spray him with, basically pesticides to get rid of any fleas or lice or anything he might have. So he has to go through this cloud of chemicals before he's allowed into the elite area. And he is definitely not dressed like everybody else. Miss Victoria?
Yeah, you wanted me to tell you who else was in it.
Sure.
So we have another one of the main people is Josh Brolin, and he plays the head of the network. And the network apparently is all powerful in this dystopian future. So they kind of call the shots on everything, not just TV shows. They just
they even
the running thing.
They even call the president to do like promos for the television network. I mean, that's how it is. And you would know Josh from Deadpool. He was a villain in the Deadpool. In case you didn't know who he was.
Yeah, isn't he also Thanos?
Yeah, keep going.
And then Coleman Domingo plays Bobby T, who is the host of the Running Man TV show. They have a studio audience. They have, the flashy game show type stuff. And Bobby T does the updates and, introduces the clips, and they go live and in pursuit of these. So it's not just
looking for the kill. That's what they want on during the prime time.
Yeah. And it's not just so the audience, everyday people can record and report and make money. But there's also a team of hunters, professional assassins, basically, who, when they get tips of where the person might be, they go and they basically
swat them,
surround them and surround the person and kill them.
Right.
But in the case of Ben, he's pretty crafty. I mean, he didn't want to be in this situation, but he's pretty smart. And so he kind of figures out how to move quickly. And then he meets up with people along the way who want to help him. And so he relies on that. But every scenario kind of doesn't play out. Like, it looks like he's going to get help, and then that falls through. And it looks like he's going to get a place to stay for a while, and that falls through. And so
talk about the crazy child who's the son of the police officer and has the wacky mom. Who is that?
That is Michael Cera. We haven't seen him in a while.
I loved his character in that. We're talking about The Running Man from 2025, Stephen King film, in theaters this Friday, November 14th. Rated R for violence, because the whole premise is that this guy has to be hunted down and killed basically on live television.
Yep.
What are you rating?
I'm going to give it a 4.5. It was kind of depressing, but the action was good, and even though it was kind of long, it didn't feel like it was.
All right, 4.5 from you. I'm going to give it a strong 5. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's I would probably watch it again. I really liked it because I feel like there's a few things that I've missed. I want to go back and see the original Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and then see some of those homages that I missed, other than the money. The Running Man, rated R, in theaters this Friday, November 14th. Online tonight. Stay tuned.
At Bon Voyage Earns, we love our pets. We couldn't imagine our lives without them. But we know that when they pass on, we want to treat them with the respect they deserve, because they're family members too. Bon Voyage Urns makes biodegradable, marine-safe urns for the delivery of pets' cremated remains to a beautiful resting place in the Pacific Ocean. Love them while you have them. Give them a proper send-off when it's time. More information at bvurns.com.
Our research team has found a perfect solution to solve any man's ED problem, erectile dysfunction. Even the word is a bummer. And those pharmacy pills are expensive, but when you call our special toll-free number, you can always buy 40 to 50 pills for around $2 each. At your pharmacy, you could spend up to $65 for just one pill. Our price is around $2, and our formula works virtually the same as the expensive pills. We even deliver them to your door in a confidential package so you don't have to go anywhere. Just pick up the phone and order 40 to 50 highly effective ED pills for around $2 each. It's a no-brainer. You'll save hundreds of dollars, and you'll have our 100% satisfaction guarantee. Call now to order 40 to 50 ED pills with no prescription for around $2 each.
Call Steelman now at 800-764-9168, 800-764-9168. That's 800-764-9168.
Let's take a moment to breathe. Deep inhale. Extend your spine. Remain focused on what you're doing. If safe to do so, exhale slowly, leaning to one side. Inhale back to center. If safe to do so, exhale slowly to the opposite side. Find mental health resources at loveyourmindtoday.org. This message is brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ed Council.
Where do my friends and other students find their voice? We find our voice through the performing arts, along with millions of other high school students. By expressing yourself in a role on stage, through an instrument, or at the debate podium, the performing arts give us freedom to find ourselves, to find our place. The stage is where I can play, perform, and compete with my friends.
Performing arts at your school is where creativity meets courage. Encourage the students in your life to find their voice through the performing arts. This message presented by the NFHS, where we encourage all students to play, perform, and compete together.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow in his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my Grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough, but if you notice something, have a conversation with your loved one. Encourage them to see a doctor or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. The Alzheimer's Association provides care, support, and research to help you take control of the situation with your family and manage the disease together. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Online tonight.
Hey, bookmark this.
All right, each and every hour we give you a website that we hope you find fun, entertaining, or educational. This one, I don't know, might just be for fun, I guess. No-shave.org. The no-shave.org. Remember, we put the link right in the show notes, so just look for episode number 2089, hour 1. So No Shave November, a month where participants donate the money they would have spent on shaving and grooming to support cancer-related charities and to spark conversations about men's health, early detection, and mental well-being, is featured on this site. Now, I'm doing No Shave partially. I have to shave my neck or I get super itchy, but I'm not shaving any other part of my body. Okay? All because of no-shave.org, where you can get all the information, different charities, what it's really about, its history, how to participate. It's really easy to participate. You have less stuff that you have to do. So check that out. That is this hour's Bookmark This. And very quickly, I had mentioned this at the top of the hour. I want to mention it again. I have teamed up with Swag to the Max to introduce my new line of pirate t-shirts. And you can find them by going to onlinetonight.com/store. And if you are watching on the stream on YouTube or Twitch, either live right now or the replay, you will see I'm wearing one of the t-shirts, and I held it up. Well, I mean, I stood up. You understand what I'm saying. So head over to onlinetonight.com/store to see the 3 that are available now, t-shirts. There's one more coming. And then we'll have tote bags and possibly hats. We're working out the logo to see if it works on the hats.
Is our host caffeinated enough? We'll see.
Maybe.
This is Online Tonight. Now, here's Max.
All right. Let's talk a little bit about some new products that have come out. There's a company called Sandbar, and they were founded by some former Meta Facebook staff and Control Labs. And they are introducing something called Stream, S-T-R-E-A-M. Unfortunate name. But what it really is it's a smart ring. It's a ring that allows you to quickly record your voice. So you don't have to break out your phone and find the voice recorder. It's right there on your wearable. It's right there on your ring, and you can just chat with it, and it will record the message. Stream acts kind of like a mouse for voice. You press to talk, you release it to stop, and then that turns the mic on and off. The mic is off by default, so when you tap it and hold it, the mic turns on. And the captured audio is then transcribed into editable notes. Editable? I said edible. Edible. It's editable. You can't eat them. You can read them and change the text. Because there's a companion application for iOS. It has encryption for privacy, because I'm guessing it's a cloud-based thing where it converts the audio into written text. Users can swipe the ring to do other things like control music playback. Haptic feedback confirms that it has saved the little message that you whispered into it. That way it's discreet, doesn't beep, it doesn't make any kind of chime. It just kind of does a little vibrate. The Ring prioritizes quick note capture and simple media control over health tracking, unlike the, and I never say it right, Oura, O-U-R-A, Miss Victoria.
Aura.
Oh, like those really earthy people or psychic people who see your aura. Spelled differently, though. This is spelled O-U-R-A. That's not how you spell aura as in, like, the psychic stuff, right?
Correct.
All right. Users can control note exports to apps like Notion or customize the assistant's voice. Where do we hear the voice? These are all questions I have. I haven't played with it yet. You can buy it now. You can get the silver, or you can pre-order it now. You can get the silver one for $250, or you can get the gold one for $300. You can get a pro subscription, and I don't know if there's a free or not, but for $10 a month, after a 3-month trial period, you will have unlimited notes, early features, priority updates, so things like that. And they are hoping to make the product available for you to get in your hands, no pun intended, on your finger, hopefully by the summer. So there's clearly some manufacturing still to go on, maybe some tweaking of technology. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, look for that. I currently just use my phone or my watch to do those things. Speaking of former employees, I'm a fan of Anker. I have a lot of Anker products here. I've got some of their power banks. I have their Solix for UPS backup. I have cables. I have a lot of Anker things, so big fan of Anker. Some former Anker employees have created a new company called Evotrix, E-V-O-T-R-E-X, Evotrix, a startup which is focused on hybrid RV trailers. We recently sold our RV. This would be like a fifth wheel. It's a trailer. It's not like a Class A or Class C where it's all in one. These are for the ones that you tow behind something. The company has already raised over $16 million in a pre-A funding round with backers including Anker's founders, not Anker themselves, but some of the executives that work at the Anker company have given some of their own money. So it's not that the company itself has invested in Evotrix. It's obviously people they worked with. Their RV battery is used to power the cabin, the electronics, the electric motor. Oh, that would be interesting because sometimes it's difficult to move. This could be, I'm going to do some research because sometimes when you get into a campground and you get your fifth wheel where you want it, your RV where you want it, you drop it, and then you move the truck away, and then you're like, oh, it should really be the front should be 4 feet over this other way. Wouldn't it be neat if it actually had its own little motors so that you could kind of move it while it was there? That's pretty neat. Their intention, of course, is to be off-grid, so not shore power and not water and all that stuff, so that you can do dry docking and be able to hang out there in nature longer. Don't forget, if you missed any portion of the show, you can check out the audio archive right on the website, onlinetonight.com. You can subscribe to the podcast. You can head over to the YouTube channel where you can watch the visual version of the show by going to youtube.com/@onlinetonightTV. So, yes, there's 2 T's. And there's another hour coming up, so still would love to hear from you. 1-800-39-ONLINE, email address show@onlinetonight.com, and our text voicemail number 951-395-1017. Stay tuned.
Online Tonight is produced and copyrighted by Smart Family Media. All rights reserved. Host Maxwell Smart. Producer and other hats worn by Victoria Smart. Views and opinions expressed are those of the host, guest, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, affiliates, or other advertisers.
From Los Angeles, this is Online Tonight.
30 seconds past the hour.
From Los Angeles, this is Online Tonight.
One minute past the hour.
From Los Angeles, this is Online Tonight.
One minute, 30 seconds past the hour.
From Los Angeles, this is Online Tonight.
Two minutes past the hour.
From Los Angeles, this is Online Tonight.
Two minutes, 30 seconds past the hour.
From Los Angeles, this is Online Tonight.
Three minutes past the hour.
From Los Angeles, this is Online Tonight.
Three minutes, 30 seconds past the hour.
From Los Angeles, this is Online Tonight.
Four minutes past the hour.
From Los Angeles, this is Online Tonight.
Four minutes, 30 seconds past the hour.
From Los Angeles, this is Online Tonight.
Five minutes past the hour. 60 seconds to live.
From Los Angeles, this is Online Tonight.
5 minutes, 30 seconds past the hour. 30 seconds to live.
This is Online Tonight.
We're taking your calls right now at 1-800-39-ONLINE, 1-800-396-6546.
Online Tonight.
I love that we're doing this, and I love that it's risky. All anyone ever does in this business is follow the pack.
And now, from the craziest city on the planet, this is Online Tonight, on the air toll-free at 1-800-39-ONLINE, 1-800-396-6546. And now, the host of Online Tonight, Max.
Welcome to Online Tonight on this great Tuesday when we honor all those who served our nation's military. And apparently it's the, or maybe it was yesterday, the 250th anniversary of the Marines or something. This is hour 2 of episode number 2089. I am Max Smart. And, oh, by the way, new line of t-shirts. I'll talk about that a little bit more later in the hour. But Online Tonight, we mostly talk about tech, pop culture, and whatever pops into my head. Coming up this hour, of course, we've got Geek Speak. We've got our Bookmark This. Lots of Apple news. A special airing for Veterans Day. So even if you are watching the show later in the day or you are listening to the podcast, you'll still be able to enjoy those visuals. And, of course, we have our movie review of Fantastic Four, First Steps. In the first hour, we talked about a brand new movie, The Running Man, that comes out on Friday. So if you missed any portion of that, head back and check that out. But what is Online Tonight really about? I am here to answer your tech questions. We started off as the help desk, and through our history, we've been taking your calls, emails, and texts or instant message back in the day when we had AOL chat. So if you have a question, I'd love to hear from you. And there's no dumb questions or no silly questions. You being brave enough to ask those in your mostly anonymous way might help somebody else. So there's really no reason not to reach out. Give me a call. That's the best way. On our Broadcast Bionics Caller One system using our toll-free telephone number, 1-800-39-ONLINE, 1-800-396-6546. And I'm smirking because last hour I gave out the wrong number initially. I fixed it. This is the best method because I always have follow-up questions. There are other ways that you can get into the show. I'll tell you how to do that in just a moment. But first, Miss Victoria is producing the show. She's taking your calls. She's going through your texts and your voicemails and your emails. If you're not listening live, or maybe you just feel a little bit more comfortable reaching out via email, show@onlinetonight.com is the way to get in. And we have a text voicemail number, 951-395-1017. Data rates may apply. Leaving a voicemail is your authorization to broadcast your likeness. Got to get the legal happy team excited. 951-395-1017 is that number once again. This portion of the show is powered by Anchor. They've been a pioneer in charging technology for over 10 years. You want to charge your devices quickly and efficiently? Well, Anchor has all kinds of fast chargers, including their Prime and Nano lines, as well as their MagGo, which is their ultra-fast magnetic wireless charger. You can check out all the Anchor products by visiting our website at onlinetonight.com/anchor. Onlinetonight.com/anchor. It'll take you right there. And Anchor is ANKER, by the way. Apple news. Lots of Apple news. This is more of a rumor, but it is kind of confirmed. All right? So, trying to cover my pinky toe. Apple is developing a new low-cost Mac laptop, which will be powered by an iPhone chip. In case you don't know, most of the desktops, well, all of the desktops now are made with Apple Silicon, the M series. The M1, the M2, the M3, the M4, and the recent M5, right? And they have a kind of a combination of different things, technologies inside the package or the CPU, SoC. But when you buy an iPad, a regular iPad, or an iPhone, you're getting the mobile version of Apple Silicon, usually the A series, like the A16, the A17, the A18, etc. So Apple is talking about possibly launching a MacBook that has an iPhone/iPad chip in it. So in the first half of next year. And the reason why it's a rumor is because people have been talking about it. But some developers have seen some code popping up in some of the beta versions of Tahoe that really, really hint that this is a real thing. The laptop's going to feature a smaller, lower-end LCD display, slightly under 13.6 inches. That's the size of the MacBook Air. The price is expected to be under $1,000, similar to the entry-level iPads with the Magic Keyboard, which currently goes for like $600 and something. Apple's tests suggest that the iPhone chip can outperform the new ones, the ones that are in the iPhone 16 and 17, and possibly the one that's coming in the 18, are powerful enough to outperform the M1s. And so they've made some advances there. They've made some advances here, and now they're going to maybe make it so that people can finally jump into the Mac ecosystem if they want to. Now, it's not going to be a powerhouse. It's not going to do, 4 streams of 8K in Final Cut. It's not going to do 100 tracks in Pro Tools. It's not going to, but it's going to be perfect for, say, my mother-in-law, who watches YouTube videos and like how do I win bunco better or play bingo better. She watches a lot of interesting videos, and she does emails. She gets her coupons. She listens to podcasts and audiobooks. She gets her mail. I mean, that is perfect for something like this, and it's not going to do the high-end graphic stuff. I probably would not do a blur in a very timely manner in Photoshop. Not that she would ever pay the extreme amount of money that Adobe Creative Cloud charges these days. You can't just buy the app anymore. You got to be a subscriber at like $30, $60 a month, depending on your level. They should have a senior rate. They don't. Separately, Apple has completed work on a new MacBook Air using the new M5 chip. And of course, we're all expecting an M5 Pro and an M5 Max that will end up in the Mac Mini or a MacBook Pro or maybe even Mac Studio. But that'll be all next year. Apple has released iOS 26.1 with a new liquid glass transparency toggle, letting users switch between the default clear look and the more frosted, higher contrast design. The new swipe controls allow turning off the lock screen swipe to open the camera app, so you can make some setting adjustments. The Apple Music Mini Player now supports swipe gestures to skip forward or backward between the tracks. It has this auto mix feature over AirPlay. Live translation via AirPods is now available in Italian. I'm not, okay. Chinese, both simplified and traditional. Japanese and Korean. I'm not going to do my Japanese. If you want to hear that, listen to last hour. Other features include gain control for external USB mics on an iOS device, on a phone. Saving local capture files to a specific location, manual workout logging for fitness, improved FaceTime audio and low bandwidth, and default communication safety web content filters for child accounts. Apple has also released iPadOS 26.1, Tahoe, which is for the Macs, macOS, Tahoe 26.1, watchOS 26.1, visionOS 26.1, and tvOS 26.1. Guess what? I am now going to update this week. As I told you, I always wait for the .1. It's here. I'm going to jump on it. So I'm going to update. Here's something I thought was really neat. I was talking to a friend about an app that I liked. He's still on Android, so he can't go into the App Store and like look at it to see, okay, this could be the app that makes me switch from my Android device to my to an Apple device, Apple has now launched a web version of the App Store. All you have to do is go to apps.apple.com. You can show somebody or send them a link, and they can look at all the features that the app has from a web browser, any web browser, including on an Android or a Linux machine. The site lets users browse apps for the iPhone, the iPad, the Mac, the Vision Pro, an Apple Watch, and Apple TV. Users can view the Today tab, which is just like the normal recommendations. You can sort apps by categories like entertainment, adventure, games, productivity. You can't download anything, obviously, from the web. You have to have an Apple device, and then you have to use the App Store. But you can look at it, and you can see like some of the features. You can go to click on the link, and it'll take you to the developer's website. Lots of cool stuff there. And then very quickly, if you're a WhatsApp fan, you on an iOS device, you will now be able to make calls off your watch. So they have finally released the WhatsApp Apple Watch app. It's weird that the name app is in so many different places. All messages and calls remain protected with end-to-end encryption and all the things that you're used to. They hope to add more functionality to the watch soon. Online tonight. Stay tuned.
Looking for a one-of-a-kind gift or to complete your own collection? Sumerian Collection offers a wide variety of vintage goods with new items added weekly. Books, collectibles, clothing items, jewelry, gadgets, and gizmos galore. Many items are from the 1960s, 70s, and 80s, but exclusive finds from earlier time periods become available as well. Rare vintage items include dolls from around the world and foreign language books. Online shopping at Sumerian Collection is a breeze, with Etsy's secure payment processing and shipping to U.S. locations included free with every purchase. Visit SumerianCollection.etsy.com to see what's new and vintage this week. SAMERIAN Collection.ETSY.com. SAMERIAN Collection.ETSY.com. Sumerian Collection.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past 2 years. For example, a man age 45 non-tobacco user, $1 million of coverage is only $75 per month, level for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco user can buy $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110, guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rates for 20 years. And if you're a smoker, we have great rates for you as well. At the Term Lifeline, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. So if you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call right now for a free quote.
Rates and availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes are based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting exam required to qualify. 800-908-3082. 800-908-3082. 800-908-3082. That's 800-908-3082.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 in the morning, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
You say you'd never give in to a meltdown. Never let kids' toys take over the house. And never fill your feed with kid photos. You'd never plan your life around their schedule. Never lick your thumb to clean their face.
And you'd never let them leave the house looking like less than their best. You say you'd never put a pacifier in your mouth to clean it. Never let them stay up too late. And never let them run wild through the grocery store.
Peanuts on aisle 6. And aisle 3.
So when you say you'd never let them get into a car without you there, know it can happen. 1 in 4 hot car deaths happen when a kid gets into an unlocked car and can't get out. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Online tonight.
Geek Speak. All right, this hour's Geek Speak, where we take a tech term and turn it into plain English, is SSD. Last hour, it was hard drive, or HDD. This one is SSD. We'll get back to that in just a second. This Geek Speak is brought to you by, my new line of t-shirts. No, it's actually brought to you by Govee. They have their fan festival going on. That's pretty cool. That means that you get special deals on their lighting products with up to 40% off. This includes the holiday lights, which is perfect timing, because if you're going to be doing your decorations or you're planning to do your decorations, you can check out the store. You can see what might be a great fit for your holiday decorations. You can learn all about Govee's products by visiting our website, onlinetonight.com/Govee, onlinetonight.com/GOVEE. So 2 E's. There you are. They've got some amazing lights and an app to control them all. So that's really, really, really cool. Now, SSD, also known as Solid State Drive. It's an acronym. An SSD is a type of mass storage device similar to a hard drive. So last hour we talked about hard drives. That's where your documents, your operating system, and all that stuff is stored. So when the power goes off, your stuff is safe and ready. And then it's loaded into RAM so that you can change it and all that stuff. So that's where they're similar. The main difference is, and it's permanent. So when the power goes off, you can take the hard drive out, put it somewhere else, plug it in. The data is there. It's not volatile. It's permanent. Mostly internal, especially on laptops. We have SSD chips inside of MacBooks and Chromebooks and, a lot of those types of things. You can get ones that go into your desktop. So you can get external ones using the same kind of external cases that you have. But what makes the SSD different than a hard drive is there's no moving parts. You can't drop it and then the head get bashed into the platters and you have your data wrecked. I mean, you could drop it from a distance and it would crack the chip, in which case your data is at risk. But it's less likely to have just, shock damage. Don't get them wet, right? Just like any electronics, don't get them wet. But what SSDs do that is even more valuable. I just upgraded, as an example, my PlayStation. I have an old PlayStation. I'm a retro gamer. So I have an old PlayStation that had a 2.5-inch Seagate Barracuda hard drive in it. That moves. It makes noise. You can hear it turn on when you first turn on the thing. And it only goes like at 150 megabits per second, right? So I put in an SSD that goes 500 and something. That's like 5 times faster. My games load so much faster. I don't hear the whirl when it starts up. So that's pretty cool, and it's bigger. So instead of storing the data on those magnetic platters, SSDs store them in flash memory. SSDs have no moving parts, which means there's no spin up. They don't have to go to sleep and spin down and then speed back up and take time to do all that stuff. They've got great read and write performance compared to spinning hard drives. Now, the price of SSDs is higher than a hard drive, and they are usually come in smaller capacities. That's what we talked about last hour. Hard drives, you can usually get them really, really big at a reasonable price. SSDs have always been a bit smaller and a little more premium priced. They're also have a limited number of write cycles. But you can kind of use software tools to figure out, like, how long is this going to last. Most of them are going to last just several years under regular use. But if you're ripping and editing a lot of video stuff and stuff like that, it's gonna have a toll on the memory chips. As SSD technology improves and the prices continue to fall, to fall, they will likely replace hard drives for most purposes. In fact, I don't think you can buy a laptop today in any store that doesn't have an SSD in it. That is this hour's Geek Speak SSD.
Online tonight.
All right, the phone lines are open. 1-800-39-ONLINE, 1-800-396-6546. That comes right into our broadcast Bionics Caller One system. Fantastic phone system. And we have our 800 number mapped right into it. It's great. There's a video on how I set that up, which I will put a link in a show note someday. Today's show notes, by the way, is episode number 2089. You can also follow me on X and Instagram. I use the same account name on both platforms at Max Smart Radio. Going to have some T-shirts up there soon, maybe a food festival that we might be going to. But more importantly, do we have any emails or questions?
Yes, we have a question in an email from somebody called Out of Juice.
Out of Juice.
In Orange, California.
Oh, I know where that is.
I am very good about keeping my laptop and iPhone charged, but I'm always scrambling to charge my AirPods. It's a bummer when I'm away from home and they die, especially if I'm out for a walk. Should I carry a portable charging brick, or is there another option?
All right, wish I had you on the phone, Out of Juice, because you said something that immediately made me say it doesn't matter what you use. If you're wearing your AirPods and they die while you're walking, it doesn't matter, because you got to take them out and put them in a charging case, and it's going to take half an hour. So in that case, you're out of luck. Now, what you can do is when you have that little charging case, which I don't have here right in front of me, you can have, 30% battery to 100% battery in the little charging case. And you need that to put your AirPods into, and then it transfers the energy into the AirPods. You then take them out and you put them in your ears. When they die or they get really low, you got to put them back in there, and then it takes time for them to charge up. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move from what are some other ways that you can charge the charging case? Because once the AirPods die, they're dead, and they're going to be dead for half an hour or so, depending on the model of AirPods that you have. And they all have the same kind of charging case. So they're dead, you want to charge them up. There's a couple different ways to charge them up. You could carry a fully charged one. That's good. That would be the best scenario. You could have a partially charged one and have one of those little bricks that you mentioned. Let's see what charging brick. You used the word brick. I'm going to use it as well. Or did you know that your phone can actually do it if you have the right cable? Now, I've only seen this done with the new USB-C based AirPods, and your new phones have a USB-C. You can get a cable, like from Anchor, that will connect both of them, and I don't know if you know this, but your phone will reverse charge, will send the excess power, or any of the power, to your AirPods and charge up the AirPods case. Now, you don't want to deplete your phone, so you might be better off with a brick, but in a pinch, you could use your phone to charge up your AirPods so that you can charge those back up. So hopefully that helps you out. You do have to have USB-C on both devices. You got to have the right cable. It's called reverse charging. Most smartphones allow you to do it. So it's not just an iPhone thing. So if you're a Samsung user and you have Samsung Buds and they're both USB-C, you can do the same thing. So you want to make sure that you keep your AirPod charging case charged up and your phone charged up, and then you can bring yourself an extra cable if you want to charge up the case. If you want to drop me a note like How Did Juice did, show at onlinetonight.com. Stay tuned.
At Bon Voyage Earns, we love our pets. We couldn't imagine our lives without them. But we know that when they pass on, we want to treat them with the respect they deserve, because they're family members too. Bon Voyage Earns makes biodegradable, marine-safe urns, for the delivery of pets' cremated remains to a beautiful resting place in the Pacific Ocean. Love them while you have them. Give them a proper send-off when it's time. More information at bvearns.com.
If you turned 65 recently like me, it's important you find a Medicare Advantage plan that gives you the coverage you're looking for. But finding one can be difficult. The best thing I did, and I suggest you do the same, is call a licensed insurance agent and let them walk you through your Medicare Advantage plan options. There are so many benefits you have access to, so make the call now and let the representatives explain everything to you. Our licensed insurance agents can offer you a variety of Medicare Advantage plans. Plus, the call is free, the information is free, and there's no obligation to enroll. We're here to make it easy for you to select a Medicare Advantage plan that may work for your needs. Finding a Medicare Advantage plan can be easy if you do what I did. Make a quick call right now to learn more. Thank you.
800-439-7851. 800-439-7851. 800-439-7851. That's 800-439-7851.
There's no better way to bond with your cats than with a special treat. Lick and Lap by Vitacraft is a healthy 5-pack saucy tureen snack full of a creamy paste that your cats are going to love. Free from artificial colors, flavors, and preservatives, it's the perfect snack between meals. Lick and Lap is available at Walmart, your local pet stores, and of course, on their website at vitacraft.us.
This is the Chef of Love, Chef Jannard, TV host and restaurateur. My grandparents harvested their land to sell food and share this overflowing bounty with our community. Grandma said, for every yam we pick, we give one away. In the world they cultivated, I love preparing and eating dinner with my family on Sundays. When our resources changed, food assistance programs sustained us. They gave me fuel to start my first culinary business at 16 years old, and inspiration to donate the extra food in my community. Through my life, I've developed an appetite to work with others to ensure everyone has access to the nutritious food we need to thrive. Together, we can help end hunger. Come on, join the movement with Feeding America by volunteering, donating, and advocating. Learn more at feedingamerica.org/act now.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
They are our cuddlers and coworkers, purr machines and love bugs, and constant companions. They are our pets, our family, and they make life so much better. When we face unexpected challenges in life, so do our pets. That's why we're on a mission to support people who love their pets and the pets who love their people, ensuring these families stay exactly where they belong, together. And you have something to offer. With an open heart and mind, there is nothing you can't do. There's no gesture too small or too big when it comes to helping. Whether donating a bag of kibble, sharing an Instagram post of a lost cat, or welcoming a foster pet into your home, every bit of kindness counts. You can help keep pets and people together. Visit petsandpeopletogether.org to learn how to be a helper in your community. This has been a public service announcement brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
I never
Looking around for the phone number, it's 1-800-39-ONLINE. 1-800-396-6546.
Online tonight.
Your future is in his hands.
Hey, thanks for joining me. My name is Max Smart. The name of the show is Online Tonight. The Broadcast Bionics Caller One system is ready to take your call. Use our toll-free telephone number, 1-800-39-ONLINE. You can also reach us via email or text. The email address, show@onlinetonight.com, show@onlinetonight.com. You can also text me 951-395-1017, 951-395-1017 for text and voicemail. I've teamed up with Swag to the Max to introduce my new line of pirate t-shirts. You can check them out by going to onlinetonight.com/store, onlinetonight.com/store. Now, our movie review of the Fantastic Four.
From Hollywood.
One very important thing, mate. I'm Captain Jack Sparrow.
Blockbusters, tearjerkers, family fare.
Everything is awesome.
What's worth seeing in the theater, and what should you just watch at home?
Are you a good witch or a bad witch?
Here are your hosts.
I am Max.
And I'm Victoria.
And we want to share with you our thoughts on the Fantastic Four First Steps, rated PG-13 on Disney+. We did not get a chance to see this in the theater, so we had to watch it on our home theater, which we think is, pretty good. But it's not quite the same. Like, we saw The Running Man in a giant theater with Dolby Vision and lasers and Atmos, and the sound was just so encompassing. We have something similar, but not quite as impressive. But it's nice to be able to watch some of these things. This is part of the Marvel Universe. So Stan Lee and somebody else created the Fantastic Four.
Jack Kirby.
Thank you. Characters. And maybe you saw them in a cartoon when you were younger, like I did. And they even kind of do a little homage / reference to the cartoon. It's funny, Ben doesn't want to say the catch line from the cartoon. Eventually, he does.
I seem to recall a different set of Fantastic Four people like Jessica Alba and Captain America and, Chris Evans and other people. Because there were a couple of, when Fox had Fantastic Four before Disney bought them, there were a couple of Fantastic Four movies.
Yeah. All right, so tell us a little bit about the premise on this one and who it stars, because there was some people were a little disappointed that Reed was not Reed-esque. But I don't know that he did a bad job, per se.
Yeah. The interesting thing to me is that this takes place in Earth 828, which originally we thought might have been a date, but it's the version of Earth in the multiverse.
And it actually has something to do with somebody's birthday, which is interesting. So watch the credits to the end. There's a little in memory of.
And Earth 828 appears to be in the 1960s, our 1960s. And if you are familiar with the multiverse movies of late, apparently the timeline that we're used to is 616.
Oh, both palindromes.
Yeah. And the stars of this movie, the four main characters, are Reed Richards, played by Pedro Pascal, Sue Storm, his wife, played by Vanessa Kirby, who I believe is actually British, Ebon Moss-Bachrach plays Ben Grimm, who is Reed Richards' best friend.
And the Rock Man.
And he became the Rock Man. And then Johnny Storm, who is Sue's brother, is played by Joseph Quinn. And the backstory is that they all went to space together as astronauts. And they encountered some radiation issues while they were in space. And when they came back, they each had a different kind of power.
So Reed is like Elastiman.
Yep.
He can stretch, kind of like Elastigirl from The Incredibles. They
Right.
probably got influence from that. The lady
Sue.
has kind of this force field ability
And invisibility.
and invisibility, like Violet from
Yeah.
The Incredibles. Ben is the rock man. He's a big rock.
He's very strong.
And he grows a beard in this. It's really fascinating. And then Storm
Johnny
is basically the
He's on fire
He's
a
on
lot
fire.
of the time.
And he can fly. So
Yeah.
he can fly when he's on fire, which is very strange.
Yep.
And then the twist, which is why it's called the Fantastic Four First Steps, is Sue is expecting a child. And they don't know, is it going to be a regular kind of mortal child? Or because they were radiated and given these special powers, from the DNA changes or whatever occurred while they were in space, is that going to somehow affect the baby? So there's two main storylines. We got to battle the evils that always seem to come and bash up New York or wherever we are. And now we also have this relationship thing with the baby. How's the baby going to be? And we don't have, the baby's not out yet, and but they're still trying to test it and everything while it's still in there.
Right. And Reed is not just stretchy man, but he's also a scientist. So he's the one who kind of creates everything, like their spacesuits and I'm assuming the spaceship and all kinds of things like
And the teleporting machine.
Yeah. So he's the real futurist kind of. And I'm not real clear on what everybody else's jobs were before they had powers, but his seemed to be like he's the leader and he's the brains behind everything.
I don't know that Johnny really had a job.
Yeah, they seem to allude to that.
Ben seems like he might have been a professor or some kind of academic.
Yeah,
I'm not
I don't
sure,
know.
but not like super scientific like Reed.
But now they are well regarded on Earth, and they basically act as the protectors of the planet. And they also, Sue is also a diplomat, as she has talks with the different factions and does peace talks.
Yeah,
And
she did this peace talk with the underworld people, the people who live underground. Again, like The Incredibles, Mole Man. but
I
do not
wonder, it
call
was,
him
I
Mole
mean,
Man.
the
It was heavily
Fantastic Four came
inspired.
first.
Yes, The Incredibles clearly were like extremely inspired by the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, and they even live in a mid-century modern house, so the style is similar.
You want to talk about the battle? Do you want to talk about the battles, or you want to?
Well,
I mean, we got, we've got what appeared to be kind of like a Pacific Rim character that they had to battle early on.
Like a kaiju?
Yes, and then they find out that there's a space monster, let's put it that way, that might come and damage part of the Earth and might be heading this way. And that is tipped off by the Silver Surfer, who is now a woman, played by, go ahead,
Julia Garner,
and we know her from,
Ozark. She's done a lot of other things too.
okay, just FYI, Sue is a political specialist, Reed is a scientist, Ben was a U.S. test pilot, and I have no idea what Johnny was, just FYI. And so now that we have this, we might have to go back into space to battle an evil person, but there's really no saving the world kind of thing if the bad person doesn't make it to the world. So now we're dealing with a bad guy on the planet, and the Silver Surfer, and a baby. We've got kind of a lot going on. We're talking about the Fantastic Four First Steps, rated PG-13 on Disney Plus. Final words.
This is going to introduce this whole gang to the MCU, basically, in this movie, and we'll see where the future takes them. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5.
All right, I'm going to join you with a 4 out of 5. And, of course, just like every Marvel movie, you got to watch the pre-roll, the pre-credit extra scene, and then you have to watch all the way through the credits so that you can see the post-credit scene so that you can have a general idea of how the Fantastic Four might be woven into the next major MCU movie. So you gave it a 4, I gave it a 4. Funny enough, the name of the movie is The Fantastic Four First Steps, rated PG-13, not 14, on Disney+. Let us know what you're watching. Drop me a note, show@onlinetonight.com. I am Max. Stay tuned.
If you're an author interested in turning your works into audiobooks, Narrate Your Own Book is for you. Since 2005, David H. Lawrence XVII has taught 3,000 students the ins and outs of voiceover work, including narration of audiobooks. As an author, your curriculum includes more than the performance and recording aspects of narration. You also learn how to prepare your manuscript to become an audiobook and market it once it's finished. Visit narrateyourownbook.com for more information and a sample class. narrateyourownbook.com.
We call ourselves ASAP Travel for one reason. We can help you book a ticket ASAP. For those of you that don't know, that means as soon as possible. That means no wait time. You get through right away. No searching online. Our specialty is the lowest available fares on the big name airlines. You know them. We can't tell you their names. You can fly domestically or internationally and save more money than you could if you call the airlines directly. Our proprietary software goes underneath the hood of the major airline booking systems and finds you the best rates available. So if you're ready to make your travel plans right now, business or vacation travel, we have all the major airlines, always at great rates. Call ASAP Trips and we'll have your ticket in your inbox in 15 minutes. Call this number now.
800-515-4035. 800-515-4035. 800-515-4035. That's 800-515-4035.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
I'll trust water bottles and a flashlight to save the day, but I'll be proved wrong.
With a tornado approaching, I'll realize that I lack a wheelchair-accessible shelter.
When the floodwaters rise, I'll be up in the attic with 20 cans of beans. It's a recipe for disaster.
let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
We're live here outside the Perez family home, just waiting for the... And there they go, almost on time this morning. Mom is coming out the front door strong with a double-arm kid carry. Looks like Dad has the bags. Daughter is bringing up the rear. Oh, but the diaper bag wasn't closed. Diapers and toys are everywhere. Ooh, but Mom has just nailed the perfect car seat buckle for the toddler. And now the eldest daughter, who looks to be about 9 or 10, has secured herself in the booster seat. Dad zips the bag closed, and they're off. Ah, but looks like Mom doesn't realize her coffee cup is still on the roof of the car. And there it goes. Oh, that's a shame. That mug was a fam favorite.
Don't sweat the small stuff. Just nail the big stuff. Like making sure your kids are buckled correctly in the right seat for their age and size. Learn more at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Visit nhtsa.gov/the
right seat. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Most people out here think that taking care of one another is important. And most people would step up for a neighbor going through a tough time. Most people around here help out friends and family when they need it. But the funny thing is, most of us won't look for help when we need it. If you're struggling with mental health, you should know that there are resources out there that can help. And it's okay to talk about it if you need to. One place to get started with information is loveyourmindtoday.org. Loveyourmindtoday.org offers a range of guides, instructions, and insights for dealing with difficult situations or getting through a tough time. If you're struggling with mental health, get the help you need, because most people out here really care. Visit loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
it be great if life came with a remote control? You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind. Like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest.
Uh-oh.
Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't come with a remote control. Yikes! So you're on your own with the wasps. You have the power to take control of prediabetes. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Online tonight.
Hey, bookmark this.
All right, each hour I try to give you a Bookmark This, which is a website that we hope you find fun, entertaining, or educational. This hour's is department.va.gov/veterans-day. One more time. department.va.gov/veterans-day. Veterans Day, observed every year on November 11th. Today, it's a Tuesday, is a day to honor military veterans of the U.S. Armed Forces. It coincides with holidays in other countries, like Remembrance Day and Armistice Day. I don't know. I'm not from that country. What
Armistice.
Armistice. Close. I was close. Learn more about this important day at the website, department.va.gov/veterans-day. Don't forget, I put the link on the website. So look for hour 2 of episode number 2089. You can just click on it because there's a hyphen in there. department.va.gov/veterans-veterans with an S-day. That is this hour's Bookmark This. Brought to you by Paramount Plus. All 8 episodes of the brand new Paramount Plus comedy series called Crutch. You know, like somebody who hurt his leg. Starring Tracy Morgan, by the way, are now available to stream. You can find out all Paramount Plus has to offer by going to onlinetonight.com/stream. onlinetonight.com/STREAM.
Online tonight.
Wondering what we did to deserve all this spam? This is Online Tonight. Now, here's Max.
All right, and if you can't already tell, I'm very excited about my new t-shirt line. Head over to onlinetonight.com/store, where we just released our first 3 pirate-themed shirts. So hopefully you'll like that. A portion of the money will be going to a charity that I care about. I mean, some of the money is obviously going to go to me and to the show. So, keep that in mind. MeTV has done something special for Veterans Day, and it is the uncut finale of the worldwide phenomenon TV series called MASH. MeTV will air its annual broadcast of MASH, the finale, on Veterans Day, Tuesday, November 11th, from 6 to 9 Eastern Time. So you might have missed it. The 3-hour event includes 3 hours. Includes the uncut final episode and exclusive interviews with the cast and creators. Hopefully you taped it. The original MASH finale remains the most watched TV episode, scripted TV event ever in U.S. history, with over 105 million viewers. MeTV also airs MASH weeknights, Monday through Friday, from 7 to 11 Eastern Time, also Pacific Time, and Sundays from 6 to 7 Eastern Time and 6 to 7 Pacific Time. Following MASH, MeTV airs All in the Family and Everybody Loves Raymond in back-to-back blocks on Sunday nights. Viewers can find MeTV's broadcast locations by visiting metv.com/where-to-watch, and the full schedule at metv.com. Then click on the schedule button, and it will give you all that information. Are you a fan of the Muppets? I know a few family members that are huge fans of the Muppets. Well, apparently, Jennifer Lawrence and Emma Stone are developing a new full-length feature film about Miss Piggy. who, as you know, has skills in the karate and a large crush on a green reptile. Lawrence and Stone are going to produce and may also co-star in the production. The film is in early development, so you know how those things go. They may make it to the screen, or they may not make it to the screen. Miss Piggy has never previously been the subject of a full-length feature film. She's obviously appeared in The Muppets Christmas Carol, The Muppets Go to Space. I could list a ton of them. I'm not going to do that to you. If you're a Muppets fan, you know what they are. The idea originated during the pandemic, inspired by Miss Piggy as a feminist icon and playful commentary on cancel culture. So who knows what the political slant will be of this particular film. Guess we'll have to wait and see. Lawrence is currently promoting her new film, Die My Love, which stars Robert Pattinson. But she had to just share this news about Miss Piggy in development. Disneyland is launching a limited-time Fortnite island called Disneyland Game Rush, making Disney's first theme park collaboration in a game. Collaboration. If you remember, they used to have VMK, Virtual Magic Kingdom, VMK, Virtual Magic Kingdom. My daughter loved that game, and what was really cool is you could go to the Disneyland parks, or I'm not sure if Disney World did it, but you could go to Disneyland, you could do a real-life adventure inside the park to get a reward, and then that reward would show up in the VMK game. She loved that game, and she was very sad when they got rid of it. Just like I was sad when they got rid of Disney Infinity, which I still play all the time. If you watch my other stream, you'll see how bad I am at it, but I still have fun doing it. The island celebrates Disney Resort's 70th anniversary and features, of course, Sleeping Beauty's castle. There's a sculpture there. There's music. There's a skyline nod to some of the iconic landmarks. Players can play 7 mini games inspired by Disneyland and DCA, also known as California Adventure, Disney's California Adventure, blending classic Fortnite gameplay with Disney themes. You complete the mini games, you earn keys, and you can unlock exclusive cosmetics themed to Disneyland's 70th birthday. Some of the mini games include Star Wars Stormtrooper Showdown, Web Slingers, that is the Spider-Man bot blaster game that's over at DCA. Space Mountain Rocket Race, you can do that. Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout, that is our version of Tower of Terror. We don't have the roller coaster version of Guardians like they have in Florida. Haunted Mansion, you can do a scavenger hunt there. Indiana Jones Tomb Runner, not sure, that might be a driving thing, might also be a scavenger hunt type thing, don't know, haven't played it, haven't seen it yet. And the Matterhorn, slip and climb. So it doesn't seem like you're going to be in a bobsled. It looks like you might be able to climb the mountain. Players can access the island via search, or they can use a code, 4617-4819-8826. Maybe I'll put that in the show notes. Maybe I won't. The project is part of Disney's $1.5 billion investment in Epic Games. I don't know if you knew that, but Disney shuttered some of their game studios and gave a chunk of cash to Epic Games, which is why Disney in some cases are hoping for that Apple Epic Game lawsuit to go favorably. They've already had success with Google, as I mentioned in hour 1. Don't forget, if you missed any portion of the show, you can head over to OnlineTonight.com. Look for show number 2089. I put the show notes each and every hour. I put the bookmark this. I put the Geek Speak, a little rundown of what the questions were and some of the topics. I put links to other things. If you want more information about my new shirts, head over to OnlineTonight.com/store. And if you are listening to the podcast or you missed something and you want to be included, draw me an email, show@OnlineTonight.com, or call the toll-free telephone number 1-800-39-ONLINE.
Online Tonight is produced and copyrighted by Smart Family Media. All rights reserved. Host Maxwell Smart. Producer and other hats worn by Victoria Smart. Views and opinions expressed are those of the host, guest, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, affiliates, or other advertisers.